Welcome to episode 3, the Let's Play for North Korea. We need to make sure we get our Air Force command for our last beef that we need for our 0.05 air XP a day. Need that. You got to ban women from the army. Do that very soon, or we can do the command. We'll do the command first. This will get us an extra 15% special forces capacity and plus 10% stability to 95% stability. We get one last round of pills so we can skip doing this focus here, minus 15% agent detection chance. We want to skip that. Go to war sooner than later. Yep. The Air Force Command. We finished the 3G. We need to get the battle station so we can upgrade our APC with level 3 smoke launchers and the level 4 battle station. Eventually we'll do this focus in here. One time 75% research bonus for armored personnel carriers. We'll get the 3rd generation of the APCs. And we can get the autocannon. We'll have a bonus for that. Like 30%, 20%. It'll be around the same time. It'll get done at like the same time. This focus is really good. Gives us productivity. And after our office sector and financial sector reform, which will go to fast growth, it'll probably get us to economic boom, hopefully. Of our GDP growth rate above 3%, then it'll be like 16% or whatever. Because we only have 4 civs. Now we have 4 civs, and this will update the next quarter that we just got, plus the office sector we have none of. It's a $50 billion base, but our productivity is only at 643. We need 1,000 productivity for it to be at $50 billion base. But this bonus here is a 0.50 per month, which is a lot. You only get, it's at 1.5 now, so an extra 0.5 to 2.0. Able to fast. Extra 1.0 there. An extra 2.0. Get economic boom. We won't have economic boom for that long because that's our last industry that we can get besides this commercial agriculture district, which we kind of want to skip. But that's a 50-day focus. That's a long focus just for $25 billion. We might skip it. We might not. If we don't skip it, we're going to have to go down on our healthcare spending. But we'll wait till we get closer to war so it's more realistic for us to do so in that sense. Make sure we ban the women from the army. Now we have 96% stability and more battalions for our special forces. We just got this. Let's make sure we'll do establish cybersecurity division. Do that now. It's not a huge deal. And we'll get 1 round of counterintelligence and 1 round of enemy agent capture chance, just so we can start decrypting South Korea. We'll just get this now. Special project. We're not going to get the aircraft right now because it's going to take resources away. We're not researching that exactly at this moment. We will get an aviation facility, and one of our focuses over here. It'll be fine. Where's yeah, here it is. Yeah, we'll get an extra facility. We'll get stealth experimentation and aircraft experimentation around the same time. Work out pretty well. We have a trade agreement with China. Do not. Or with Russia. Do not. Okay. Yeah, we don't. So we can do the sanction bypasses with those 2 countries. And with Venezuela. With these 3 countries. Okay, we're on fast growth, and we didn't even have to switch to our artificial way of increasing our economic cycle, which means we will get to economic boom. Now we got to start paying our corruption down with paying it down with PP down to negligible corruption. And after that's done, we want to get our officer training to military academy for the experience, but mostly for the plus 10% special forces capacity. And we can have better army leaders to start with, so we can try to get a role on a good army leader, especially when we get this +1 planning to Kim Il Sung Military University. We need this anyways for the military org into special forces kind of stuff here. As far as our construction, we're getting these 2 levels of infrastructure done. Here we get our next level here. Okay, financial sector reform to economic boom. Yeah, we're getting these 2 levels of infrastructure. Then we're going to get our railroad pretty soon. We have to get the technological boost after this focus, or pretty soon. We'll probably do a factory output for 35 days before then. But yeah, we got to get down to these railroads. We get the bonus to 100% railroad construction. But we're going to have to trade for oil before we go to war to train up all of our boys up, our fighters up, all of our air, and even our heavy lift. You want to train up a little bit so they have more weight to them when they do air supply. So we might miss out on this last one, or it'll take longer than expected, but we could offset that by going this 5-year plan. It gives us huge malices towards everything else just for a 30% increase in infrastructure. We don't want to do that, because when we finish the war, we already have high infrastructure here, and there's probably some high infrastructure in South Korea that we can build in because we annexed them. Yeah, we don't want to do that. We'll just take the supply malice. We'll probably put a combat support, service support here for less supply usage. And we'll have the air supply trained up a little bit so they'll carry more weight to them when they do air supply. The missile strike pop-ups are really annoying, but I want to keep my events on. And that's cool. Might see a cool pop-up for the Kim family. Got to pay our interest down. It's at 6% now. Got to turn our automatic debt repayment on. Paying that back with that focus anyways. Let's get the housing project for the 0.50. And then we'll get the factory output 10% for 35 days. It's 5% base stability, but we already have 100% from our modifiers, but getting the base stability up is good anyways, so we'll do that, and then we'll do the technological boost, get the railroad. As far as our doctrine for our land doctrine, we're gonna go reliability bonus here. Just pick it up now, it's not a huge deal. We might get 1 level for the organization, the APC organization. That might be pretty good. We have to get down this tree anyways. I don't want to get the art of war for the extra doctrine, or the minus for the doctrine cost, because we got to get this army intelligence to others. We'll just pick that up now. We got to make sure their intel is not 50%. It's more than 50% less than our intel. So we can get that 15% bonus in combat. Okay, now let's pick up 1 level of counterintelligence and then 1 level of interrogation techniques, and let's break the cipher on South Korea. Let's get the fire and forget. We need that to be able to put this ATGM on our new APC, which reminds me we might not want to go right for the APC. We have both of these researching that. We don't have research on ATGM, have to refit it later with it. But I guess we could convert it, but then we need the upgraded engine and everything else. Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do with that. We need more research slots, which we do get. Take over South Korea, so we might hold off doing that. What else can we get then instead of that? We're gonna get this drone for the plus 50% reconnaissance for our light tank one. We're gonna put an IFV reconnaissance in our APC. You can save the cost on that. We're gonna get rid of this self-propelled artillery. Should have done earlier, but it's okay. We had a little bit of an upgrade on the heavy mortar barrel, but we don't need any more of that because we want to get the next generation anyways. What else? Yeah, we got to find another research that we want to do. Probably the plus 5% breakthrough, or we could get the missile. We're not going to probably produce that. We're not going to have enough production for that. Maybe the resource extraction could be good, but just to be on the safe side, we might get the plus 5% breakthrough. I think that's probably useful. Even the body armor for the health power would be good, so we have less losses there. I think that's probably what we're going to do is the health power. So I don't want to take more losses than needed. We don't have that many people. We'll go for the Kevlar vest. Kevlar vest and the drone. Then we'll probably work on the APC. You can do all four at the same time. Yeah, we'll get the upgrade probably, and then figure that out later. Need the armor, ERA, and the APS systems 2005, so we can't do that anyways. Well, we could actually, yeah, by that point. Figure it out. Thinking way ahead, but run out of things to talk about. This is the most downtime we're gonna have in the series. Is right now most downtime we're gonna have. Let's pick up a factory output. I should have done. Yeah, I forgot to do the factory output first, and then the technological boost. But we lost 35 days of production. Not a huge deal. And I forgot to cancel that self-propelled artillery a little bit too late. It does hurt. That's probably like 100 APCs you lost out on because I did that, fortunately. Yeah. The good thing about this battle station, it'll get us an upgrade on our APCs to these 3 levels, 2 levels, and then we'll probably get another 3rd level. Yeah, a good efficiency cap and extra breakthrough. Might even get the 4th level, I think, too. Yeah, just depends on our research. Gotta go down on our energy. We do gotta get the nuclear reactor. I'm gonna start buying that now. We're gonna buy an enrichment facility for our nuclear reactor. We're on complete first use. We're not going to switch off of it because we're North Korea. Doesn't make sense we switch off of that. But that does mean we have less power generation. The construction speed does go down. Maybe we do get off of that because if we want it to be realistic that we can expand. The whole world thinks we're going to use nukes on everyone. That's probably not a possibility where it would actually happen. Yeah, we might have to go down. We will use nukes in this playthrough, but not anytime relatively soon, fortunately. Let's get the rail. Get yeah, now there's downtime until our uranium's done, so we'll get the sanctions evasions, which is really beneficial anyways. Get Venezuela, Russia, China. I really need that nuclear reactor. What one we got here? 95 days. Where are we buying it from? I didn't even check. It didn't show us. Okay. Corruption down. Let's get interrogation techniques. For our air doctrine, I think we are gonna go battlefield support. Only problem is we'll lose out on our strat bomber stuff for the war, but that's okay because we're gonna have a bunch of light aircraft research bonus from Russia, and we'll have the medium aircraft airframe bonus from stealing blueprints from Japan in our focus tree. Yeah, so we'll just go battlefield support, and we won't have that bonus for strat bombing in the war. How it's gonna be. We want to set our cruise missiles for the airports, bomb their airports up, but we'll wait to fire them until we have these 2 states rise up. That we take those 2 states. That's all we get. Those 2 states. Do Venezuela. Well. This is our enrichment facility. How long has we got? Yeah, 68 days. We got some time. Anything else we could have done? Could have got the 10% military output. Maybe we do that. Yeah, we need the factory output. Definitely help. Wow, look at our roll that we got. We have no good agents at all. We'll just get Tanjung. Cool. That's kind of bad. Dang. Yeah, if we get the aircraft, it's going to take up our resources. And we're going to have to trade for a resource, which we don't want to do. Definitely not. And we're losing energy here. There is a solar panel here. I probably should have done the 2 solar panels. It's okay, it's only minus 1%. Kinda hurts though. We'll do the enrichment facility next for the reactor, or we'll do the reactor next since our enrichment facility only has 45 days left. Then after that, we'll see if we can, how far we can go up on our consumption. We'll probably get the solar panel at some point. So our energy fixed itself, but that's the problem with having these hydroelectric dams and the renewable energy infrastructure, the solar panels. It's inconsistent. It depends on the weather and other factors of how much you actually get. Our enrichment facility is complete. You have a net production of nuclear fuel now. We're gonna get our uranium enrichment now. After that's done, we're gonna go into trade agreements with these 3 countries to get rid of our sanctions. To get more construction speed, because I really want this railway to get completed. Really help us out. Don't want Venezuela to start with. We'll increase our power generation or consumption to the maximum. I might have to do 1 trade agreement and then do the 2 solar panels for 1 gigawatt total. We can keep that consumption up for the extra construction speed and the tax revenue multiplier. Even though this has construction speed in it too. Well, yeah. Is that worth it? It's worth it for the tax revenue multiplier, but not by much. Let's get down to no corruption. And we're gonna have to go back down on our healthcare spending, I think. Well, we'll wait until we're more prepared, like we're about to make our templates to go to war, then we'll do that so it's more realistic. I'm not gonna micromanage that hard. We got most of the bonuses for all of our productivity. I think that we can get at least before we go to war. Yeah. And now our monthly productivity is going up by 3.282 a month, which is a lot. Unless we built network inf, we already have one of in most of the regions. We want 2 here and 0 here, but that's all right. Yeah, let's go to Pyongyang. We have 3.7. Really good. I think we're gonna skip out on getting the agriculture district. We might. I mean, that is 25 billion. We won't see all of that, but at least 15 billion of that will give us local supplies. Where is it gonna build it? In Pyongyang. That's actually pretty good. But local supplies, would that factor over into the supply hub? I think it would increase the supply cap. Yeah, so we will get that commercial ag district for the supply cap. Anything else that we need? Yeah, we gotta get this officer training now. Military schools, into the academy. We gotta lower our foreign influence. We have to do these focuses over here. This focus branch down to pride and joy, so we can actually get down the tree to go to war. Got the trade agreement with China. Get the one with Russia. Now we'll get rid of all of our sanctions. It will. Mostly all of them. I think we have one more sanction round. We'd have to increase relations with Iraq or Egypt. I think we're going to do it with Iraq because Iran has a very high opinion of us. And we'll do that. Let's get military academy and then start lowering our foreign influence. This is almost done. This is the only cyber warfare we need because we have spy agent bonus and black market innovation here. Now let's do hidden listening devices. We'll do 2 rounds of that. Then we'll go into our psychological warfare so we can lower their stability. Yeah. They have very high stability. Wow. Gotta get their emerging outlook up. We will do. We might have to do 3 rounds of psychological warfare because they have we didn't get a spy that has that boost to propaganda. Might just have to do only one of these hidden listening devices right into psychological warfare by the play. Let's start building our spy network so we can infiltrate them now. Put our spies there. We won't have any defense at home, but that's why we increased our counterintelligence up by 0.75. Not a huge deal, I guess. What do we need? We want the solar panel. Yeah, this will increase opinion, give us resource gain efficiency and construction speed, and we still have 1 round of sanctions just for not too bad. 20% tax cost. The solar panel into the commercial ag. What is our generation at? Yeah, let's do the solar panel now. Then we'll get the commercial ag district. Think maybe we go right into getting another trade agreement, our last trade agreement that we need. Yeah. But we got ATGMs, which is cool. We got another facility, right? We don't have any supply. Can't really fix it. I guess we could try to move around some stuff. 0.57 there. It'll probably fix itself once we get more of our railroads done. Bunch of supply here. Move these guys to this supply over here. They're not strat redeploying because they're on different generals. That's annoying. Strat redeploy, please. We're not at war, so I'm not sure really. take anything away from us. Nutrition wise. Let's start going down our doctrine even more. I'm gonna get decentralized command so we can get these 2 bonuses. We're probably gonna go for the coordination down here. Yeah, we'll get the initiative plus 15%. That's a lot of initiative. Want that. We'll get the coordination. We don't want the extra brigade size. Don't want that. And then we'll get well, it could be useful, I guess, but I think the 15% initiative is really good for reinforcing the battle. We go mechanized or tanks. Figure that out in a little bit. We're gonna lean into APCs pretty heavily. I don't know if we need the APC bonus. We're going down their full doctrine. We go into schools. Look in the schools actually. Tank armor tactics here. Armor tactics here, and we're getting the. We'll go the left side for the tanks. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do the tank upgrade. Even though that'll hurt us in the war with Korea, that's the only thing it's going to do. Well, for a little while. But for a long playthrough, which is this is going to be a long playthrough, it's going to work out for us at the unfortunate. We have to do this. We have to make a choice. We want our tanks to be actually useful and overcome their terrain reduction. Well, all their terrain malices, they have the most terrain, so we got to get that. We'll go down this and pick up the combat doctrine. Well, let's just hold off. We got to make our divisions first. So that's enough for now. We don't want to make our templates just yet because we don't want to add to our military budget. It's not, we're getting close to the point where we have to worry about that, but we're not there just yet. Okay, let's start combating our foreign influence from China and just general raising our domestic independence. Get down psychological warfare. We need to get a 3rd agent, which we will. I think it's after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. So we're almost to another agent. We don't need to get the overseas recruitment centers. $30 billion you don't want to spend. That's too much. Now we need to get our black market innovation. Our spy network. We actually need that. I think we will, just to make sure we can't get ciphered on. We'll do that. And I think that's it. That's all we're gonna get. We'll go into our war focuses. At the military academy, do a decision, do the research speed. We could completely get rid of our sanctions. I think what it was, we'll lose. Yeah, we'll gain 5% resource gain efficiency and 2% construction speed. Is that worth it for 35 days? But we gain tax cost too. I think it could be worth it. Let's make sure we get an aerodynamics person. How many planes does Malaysia have? Thailand. Not much. No, they ain't got to worry about getting the plane research right now. Just once we have to get all of this stuff here. We get our bonuses. All this stuff here, and we have to get our bonuses here. get our stuff down here as well as this. So we're not too worried about spending resources on that. Next thing we're going to get is the factory output plus 40%. Well, maybe we could probably get the railway done if we did this way. We're only going to have one civ constructing, so no, it's not going to. But no. How do we decide to get the... Looks like it's not adding more tax cost factor. We'll do that. Let's go to Iraq. And it does have good opinion of us. Okay, so let's do a trade agreement without having to spend political power on that. And we'll finish up with our black market innovation and then go to war. That means we have to start training some stuff up. Let's train up our heavy lift to 3rd level at least. Do that. Infiltrate the army. Beast with means we're gonna have no one actually doing the intel. We have to get a 3rd agent slot before we do that. Okay. We'll wait till this gets up to 100%. I don't know. They'll stay there if we don't have another agent maintain the network. 97 days. How long does it take? I think it's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This should give us an agent slot. If I'm not mistaken. %9 interest. We got rid of our sanctions. We're completely gone now. Great. Well, let's start. We didn't get our foreign influence all the way down yet. Keep combating that foreign influence and get our black market innovation. Yeah, they are in our home base now. No agent is being recruited. Is my math wrong? This is 11. We should get an agent by now, I think. We have to waste? Jeez. Okay, because we don't have... We're a low factory count nation. We can't get more agent slots without actually getting an extra agent. Okay, so we'll do that. Let's infiltrate their army now, though. Yeah, let's infiltrate their army. We're gonna have to spend the overseas recruitment centers penalty. That's all right. Final focus that we need, and we got our cipher on South Korea, which is good. We're in progress for infiltrate, but we lost our spy network. It'll come back once we finish it. It should be fine. We'll still get the bonus there. Gotta go down in our power. Need a combat influence from China. We're gonna have to get a bailout from China once we do the overseas recruitment for $30 billion. And this is almost done, and we can upgrade our APC, and we'll do the drone company and then a Kevlar vest, so we don't lose as many people in the war. Our bombers are trained up enough. Could go. I'm almost at the maximum anyways. How long is it gonna take? We might do that later. We'll get that like last. So make sure we get everything else we need first. We'll train up our bombers to 4. We don't really. It's totally necessary to do that. Okay, we'll get them to the next level. Just because we're not going to have bombers for a while, so we want to keep the ones that we do have. More agility. The night operations penalty will help. I'll get that up, and then we got to train up our quote-unquote cast. We only have one actual cast, 35 casts, but the rest are multi-roles for the most part. Well, not really. There's a lot of fighters here. There's some multi-roles. We'll do that. We'll put our fighter back in the fighter section and change our multi-roles to the cast section. Okay. Now we can go down. We do have to get these. Do that later. Yeah. We're gonna have to get a bailout soon, but it's gonna be hard to do so when we lose all of our opinion with them. Our debt's below the maximum anyways. Okay. That's alright. We'll just get to expel inspectors, get down this path. 3% recruitable population factor. It's kind of a waste. We might as well do this first. And so we can start getting at least a few generals and see if we get some good rolls with that. But we do need to get all the way down to this path eventually for the starting level of generals +1 and their bonus is 5%. And this is a lot of logistics and planning +1. But it is more army cost, but that's worth it. And you get general max size +2. Oh, we did get our upgrade for our APCs. Forgot about that. Let's upgrade this. We just got it though. It's okay. It's like a few weeks, something, not even. That's all we can do. And they're better for sure. Tiny upgrade for 0.3 is not worth it. We're not going to do that. Maybe let's get 4 levels of this. Upgrade all this stuff. APC team. And let's assign. Upgrade the variant. Put that on there. Save that. Now he's got all the MIOs on there. 8% efficiency cap as well as all those bonuses. Yeah. Okay, he gets all that. Okay. Good. Could do one of these. We will do one of these. Let's see the research speed. Tech influence. We'll do combat foreign influence again. Now let's get the overseas recruitment center. 23 days left on our infiltration. We gained an agent. Earned an agent. What? Okay, cool. They got capped. Go down this tree. To bolster the young red guards. Let's start going down in our health spending, I think, and start training up more guys. Are we training up? Yeah, we trained up these guys enough. Train up, let's get rid of our multi-role, all of our multi-role guys that we got. Just one. Okay, that's our cast. So we destroy their airports. Let's train up our cast next. That's cheaper. Well, less people, obviously. And energy is fine. Let's get off of mandatory service to partial draft so it's more realistic, and because we need it anyways. It's our, yeah, we're 65% domestic influence. Independence. Little partial draft now. Focus is done. We don't have another bonus towards our technology. We're gonna do the Kevlar, and then our another focus is gonna finish up him for the university. People pride and joy, go to war, train up the rest of our fighters, make our templates, and then get ready. Do one bailout and boost this up on their stability, get down on their stability, and we get 8% minus stability on them. These two focuses, so we'll be good to go. That's it for the episode. See you in the next one. See ya.